Hey, how's everybody doing? And welcome back to another episode of the Sixers Standard Podcast. We have a lot of news to talk about. James Harden was traded, but not to the Sixers. We have some news about the Sixers. Sixers have been playing pretty well. We can talk about some players that have been breaking out, some players that have been struggling. I'm here with Noah Mofsowitz and a special guest today, Veer Chopra, my friend Veer, Noah's friend Veer. How you doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. So we had him on today. We needed some more analysis since there's a lot of news to talk about. So we figured it's a good day to bring our first guest on to the podcast. But First, I do want to talk about James Harden. We're going to go through the exact trade. I'm going to pull that up right now. So I believe he was traded. I don't believe he was traded to the Nets. The Rockets got 4 first-rounders and 4 first-round swaps, as well as Victor Oladipo. And that, of course, is from the Pacers, and they swapped Karis LeVert, who they got from the Nets.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask both of you guys. I'll start with Veer on this. Do you think the Nets got enough?
No, I think the Nets completely lost this trade. If they don't win a championship within the next 2 years, they just trade away their entire future for no reason.
And because, no, think...
go ahead.
I agree with you. I don't see the Nets winning a champion. I see them getting out of the East, but I don't see them winning a chip against the Lakers now.
Yeah, and what I would compare this to, and you guys can agree or disagree with me on this, but I think it's kind of like when, 4, 5, 6 years ago, and they might have just traded for Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce the entire future to the Boston Celtics. I believe Jason Tatum was in that trade.
Yeah, Tatum, and then Kyrie. They got Kyrie Irving with one of the picks, and Jaylen Brown. So
yeah,
they got their core basically.
I don't think the Celtics got Kyrie Irving with that pick.
Yeah, they used one of the picks for Kyrie Irving.
Oh, to trade for Kyrie Irving. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying, I was like, he wasn't drafted by Boston, but yeah. So, if we're being honest, though, do you think they could still win a championship? Because it's interesting to me that it seems like they made a mistake and they're not learning the lesson. But do you think there is a good chance they win a championship?
No, you can go first.
Well, yes, they obviously have a chance, but I don't think Durant's going to be the issue. I think it's going to be between Harden and Kyrie Irving. That's going to be the issue because they're 2 ball-dominant players. Kevin Durant's not that ball-dominant. He can play off-ball, but it's those 2, Kyrie Irving and James Harden, that's going to be the issue for them.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Sorry, you go ahead.
They actually said it before the trade that Kyrie Irving had a lot of input on it and that he's willing to take a backseat role, but I don't think that's actually true. I think they were saying that just to kind of keep the Nets fans calm because I don't see Kyrie Irving taking a backseat. I mean, even in Cleveland and in the Celtics, there was a little bit of fighting on who would be the guy to take the shot.
Giving input to Irving, I think that was totally false, right? I don't think Kyrie Irving wanted James Harden to come here. Kyrie Irving is the ball handler. He didn't want James Harden right here. I think it's very similar to the Sixers situation right here, where we're giving a lot of input to Embiid with Simmons. Not so much.
Yeah.
So, no, from your side of things, at least, from what you've heard, do you think that the Nets are really listening to Kyrie?
No, they're not. Kyrie Irving did not win James Harden. I think it was Kevin Durant that won James Harden. That's all I'll say. Yeah,
I mean, that's the reason he came here. But what I'm trying to ask is, do you think that the owner of the Nets went to Kyrie Irving and said, hey, do you want this trade to happen? We're just getting your opinion.
I think, Kyrie Irving was balancing chakras and wherever he is now. I think they literally just told him after the trade happened. They didn't give him any input. The GM or the owner just called him, Kyrie, we just traded our future for James Harden. And I think that was that, and he couldn't say anything about it. And I'm honestly shocked that the trade didn't involve Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I'm not honestly too shocked. I mean, he has a big contract. I'm not sure if teams honestly even want him at this point. It's the kind of thing that, his value, the picks would probably do better because, his value is not even that high.
Yeah.
But, so the Nets in this deal, the Nets got James Harden as well as a second-round pick. They traded Jarrett Allen and Taurean Prince and Karis LeVert and Kirkos and 3 first-round picks and 4 first-round pick swaps. I think that's way too much personally. I think that, it's 2 years of James Harden. I don't think they're going to do that well.
Yeah.
But I think we're all on the same page with that.
Yeah,
So-
by the way, Harden might not want to re-sign with them.
Yeah.
Maybe he want to go
Right.
into free agency.
Yeah, they all
you
have
never
player
know.
options 22 to 23 season. They can all leave at the same time, and they don't have the picks to rebuild. So, like, it could just come down to that.
I mean, I will tell you this: as much as we'd like to keep ranting on Harden, at the same time, he is a pretty loyal guy. You can't deny
Yeah.
that. Harden is a loyal player. He was in
Yeah.
Houston for 8 years. I don't totally blame his decision to leave. I don't think he handled it right, but he was there for 8 years, and I mean,
Not all of them are great.
they were competitive every year, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it didn't end well, and I think he was there for long enough that he can request out. But I do think Harden will re-sign with the Nets, but there's always that possibility.
Yeah, again. Yeah.
One thing that really confused me about this trade, and it's really confusing, I don't know why it happened, but why in the world did Cleveland try get Jarrett Allen? That doesn't make any sense to me. They already have Andre Drummond, who's playing amazing. He had a 31 and 25 rebound night last night. And then they have JaVale McGee. Why did they trade for another center? It makes no sense.
Honestly, I have no clue, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think in this case, it's hold on. What pick did Cleveland trade? Because Cleveland traded another pick to Houston to kind of help Brooklyn out, and that's what they gave him Allen. So
I think they gave a second or a first. No, I mean, those are the only picks you can give.
They gave up Dante Exum and a 2022 first from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So this is Milwaukee's pick in 2022. So from their point of view, you're giving up Dante Exum, who's worthless, and a pick in 2022 that's probably going to be the 25th or later for a guy in Jarrett Allen who's been having a breakout season. At that point, it's like, why not?
Yeah, but when you already have an established base, at this point he's a star, Andre Drummond. It doesn't make sense to trade for another younger guy unless you're trading Drummond or McGee.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, last year Cleveland had Kevin Love. They had good bigs last year, but they traded for Drummond. And the thing is, did Cleveland need Drummond? Is Drummond going to make them a championship team? No, of course not. But do you know what they had to give up?
Yeah.
They didn't even have to give up a first-round pick. They gave up John Henson in 2 seconds. At that point, it's like, why not, right?
Yeah.
And Jarrett Allen's a young guy, right? He could be there in their next championship core. I mean, that's an extremely smart move, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Andre Drummond is not going to be there in your next core. Although I do love Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's amazing. Against the Sixers,
he's a very good player. He's 29 now.
He's 29, which is might be there at the beginning of their next run, but he's getting up there.
Yeah, and I think they might start shopping Andre Drummond because his value is at basically the highest it will be right now. And I think he doesn't fit the timeline with all the younger players. Sexton, Garland, he doesn't fit with them. Well, he fits with them. He doesn't fit their timeline.
I think when you talk about people that don't fit, I think Kevin Love is that even more. And they've been trying to trade him for years. But Drummond, I think you bring up a very good point because Drummond's value has always been below zero. Not because he's a bad player. He's an amazing player. But his contract is so bad. And that's why you see him getting traded to Cleveland for nothing. So I don't know. I just think that now it's a great point you made that. I think that would be a great time to trade him. But no, what do you think about Cleveland acquiring Jarrett Allen?
I agree with Viewer. I just don't get them having free centers. I get Jarrett Allen's young, but what are they going to do with Drummond? Who are they going to trade him to? Probably they're going to trade him to a championship team, but I don't get why they need free centers. I just don't know why.
They actually have 4 centers: Kevin Love, Andre Drummond, Jarrett Allen, JaVale McGee.
Kevin Love's a power forward.
Kevin Love's a power forward.
He's 7 foot.
No, he's not.
He is 6'10". He is not.
Yeah, he's 6'10". He's not.
Yeah, he is not 7 foot.
He's not Joel Embiid, bro.
He's only 6'8".
Oh yeah, 6'8".
Yeah, Dwight Howard.
No way.
6'8". Dwight Howard's
not. No, he's 6'8". He is 6'8". Kevin Love.
Wow. Okay.
Hate to break it to you.
Yeah, same thing with Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard looks really tall, but he's actually only 6'10"-ish because he's a lot shorter than Kevin Durant. A lot of us know Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
Kevin Durant's a 7-footer at this point. We can kind of establish that.
Yes,
Kevin
he
Durant
is.
is not 7 foot. They do measurements.
He's listed at 6'10". He's 7 foot, I think.
Yeah, he's 7 foot.
With shoes on, he's
he's
definitely
like
7.
7
2
foot.
inches
Yeah.
shorter than 7 foot.
Yeah, but with shoes
6'10".
on,
They do
he's-
measurements every year, just so you know.
Yeah,
So
with
this is
shoes
like,
on, I think he's definitely.
Yeah,
7
shoes
foot.
on, he's 7 foot.
like 6'11", 6'10" and a half. He's like
Oh my
he's
God.
not 7 foot. That's like
he.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
But still, even like being
that's like saying Pascal's 7 foot. He's
But he's
close.
not.
But
Yeah, but like because the way he plays, he's 7 foot. Because his arms are like he's lanky, he's skinny. It's nearly impossible to guard him.
okay, but 7
the
foot.
most
If we're talking
unguardable
about
player.
wingspan, why Shake Milton
Yeah.
is 7 foot?
He's the most unguardable player in the league right now.
Honestly, if I want to be fair of all time, no one can guard him.
Yeah, agree. You need a
If
tall
you put
defender
Michael
guard
Jordan
him.
on him, he's going to beat him with size. If you put Dennis Rodman on him, he'll beat you with quickness. You cannot guard him.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I'm gonna say Harden. He's the first player to drop 40 points on every single team.
Oh my God. But people can guard Harden.
Wait, he
Really
did it on the Rockets in Oklahoma?
What?
Wait, did he actually drop 40 on the Rockets in Oklahoma City?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but
What is that?
But the thing is, like, it's easier to guard James Harden than it is to guard Kevin Durant.
Yeah. If I had to pick one guy to score a basket,
I don't know
one-on-one
about that.
against
That's
anybody.
step back, right? Kevin Durant, does he like have a move?
Yeah,
Yes,
that literally gets everybody to jump.
Yeah, and then the fadeaway, you can't guard
Yeah.
that. You can't
It
guard
just-
Kevin Durant.
I think that James Harden, I mean, he passes the eye test. He
Yeah.
plays at his own pace, right? He's a ball handler. He plays at his own pace. He can shoot, gets to the rim. He gets fouled so much. Kevin Durant does not get fouled as much as James Harden.
Yeah, because he
true.
makes a shot every time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but here's the thing. but if James Harden is so hard to guard that people just foul him.
Yeah, but with Kevin Durant, you can't even guard him. Like, his jump
Yeah.
shot is so high, you can't even
Yeah,
block his
his
shot.
length is to the point where you can be in his face and you're not going to contest him because his length is just that big. His shot is like a foot over your head most of the time.
Yeah, and not even
Yeah, I
Kawhi
will just say
Leonard can
this:
guard
James
him.
Harden. I think this is very simplified. James Harden is averaging like in the 2019-20 and 2018-19, he's averaging 36 and 34 points. So I
Yeah,
think,
but like, okay,
It
let's
It
be
doesn't
fair.
matter
but-
the point.
but-
But
he
what are
played
those
5
points are
games.
to win?
But is this the real debate we should have? Right, the real debate we should.
Honestly, I like the
is it Durant or Iguodala?
One thing I just want to say. But like the one thing I do want to say though is Harden's been the guy in Houston the entire time, so he's had to score. But let's be true. Durant has been in the beginning of his career. He's been with Harden and Westbrook. He didn't have to score 35 points a game to win. In the Golden State, he had Clay, he had Steph. He didn't need to score to win. And even still in Brooklyn, he had Kyrie. He doesn't need to score 35 points a game to win. So his stats aren't reflecting that he's unguardable.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, if you're getting fouled more, you are more unguardable. I feel like that step back it's something. But
Yeah,
He's not as
something,
unguardable as Michael Jordan is. Michael Jordan's way more unguardable than James Harden, and you have to agree with that.
Michael
Yeah.
Jordan in this era of the NBA,
He would
He's
demolish
averaging 20
everyone,
points a game max.
except for LeBron. That's the only guy he won't demolish.
Jordan
Kawhi
doesn't have a three.
Kawhi would clamp him.
But LeBron against MJ,
I don't know how
that's one
Jordan's
show.
in the NBA. It would be interesting. But
I feel like,
LeBron against
anyway, we're
Jordan.
getting a little bit off topic.
all right,
here.
yeah, let's get back on track.
So anyway, so let's go back to the trade.
I guess.
And the Rockets did they got Karis LeVert, Kirk goes from the Nets, 3 firsts, 4 pick swaps, Dante Exum, and another first from Milwaukee. I mean, if you're the Rockets, and
You just
tell me if you disagree with me here, you couldn't ask for a better package.
yeah.
That was a great package.
Except I think they're going to trade Oladipo.
Nah, I don't think
He's a little
they
bit
are.
older, and I think they want younger guys around them. I think they trade Oladipo
I
a little
don't-
bit later, but
I don't think
disagree
they
with
want
that.
younger guys, and I'll tell you why. They had a younger guy in Karis LeVert, and they traded him for Oladipo. I think that was a very dumb move, but they did
that's
it.
true.
Yeah, Oladipo.
I think
Yeah.
it shows that for
Oladipo
some
won.
reason they do want older guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oladipo,
yeah.
John Wall, and DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, how old is Oladipo? I don't actually think he's that old.
Oladipo's like 27, I think.
He's
not
not
old
old
at
at
all.
all.
Karis LeVert.
No, he's not old.
He was
at all.
drafted same draft as Giannis. So 20.
Yeah, LeVert's older than you think. LeVert's 26, Oladipo's 28. So, I mean, it's like 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The problem is Oladipo is on his last year of his contract, but I think he
Yeah.
might resign in Houston. I think there's a good chance he does.
Yeah, Oladipo's loyal. He's only gotten traded. He's never actually left.
Well, I mean, he's been on 3 teams already, so.
Well, yeah,
Harden's
he
a
got
little
traded
low,
from
but
the
Oladipo-
Magic.
Yeah, I mean, it's all been trades. It's all been trades.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, the Cavs are the biggest winners of this trade. They get Jared Allen, Taurean Prince. I'm not going to pronounce Alexander never mind. They got they got Taurean Prince and Jared Allen for basically nothing.
They gave up a pick, right? A first, right?
A late first for Milwaukee.
Yeah, for Milwaukee.
That's
Unless Giannis
valid.
gets very unhappy.
Well, he signed that big deal, so
Yeah. I think that was kind of just... That was the fact he signed a great biggest deal of all time is crazy.
yeah. Should we talk about Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do want to talk about those two because we're gonna have this debate. So there's 2 guys that I think are in contention that the Sixers would trade for, Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine, as you heard. And
Yeah.
they're both very similar players. They're both bucket getters, not much defense, but they're bucket getters.
Zach LaVine's a bit of a better defender, though. And he's a bit taller, I think.
Yeah,
So-
I'll agree with that.
And they can both run the point guard a little bit. Zach LaVine, I think, is better at it, but
Yeah.
this is basically like the guy that you're going to go to at the end of the game because it's clearly not Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is like glorified
No.
Patrick Beverly, and then Joel Embiid, like
Joel Embiid,
you would have won
he
a
was
guard.
the guy. I mean, against
He
the
can
Heat,
go-
we saw it.
Yeah, he can go clutch.
Yeah, he can, but you know what happened after that game? The next game, he put up 10 points, and now the next 2 games he has to rest because he took so much energy out. Joel Embiid cannot do that every
I
single.
mean, they played him basically the entire third quarter. They played him basically the entire first quarter and half the fourth quarter. The guy had to have been tired.
Yeah, but like a week tired, like a week of rest.
I think that's just being
Maybe he
safe.
needs that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in my opinion, Joel can do it. He can't do it every night.
Yeah,
No.
he I think he needs to work on conditioning over the offseason this year.
He has.
Yes.
He's been
He
significantly
definitely-
better.
he
than-
lost a lot
some
of
weight.
weight.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
lost a lot. He lost probably like 20
Nope.
pounds
Don't
at
come
least.
in.
And
Who would you want? Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine on the
So-
Sixers?
no, I'm gonna. Yeah, so I want to know for you first.
Thank you.
I want Bradley Beal instead of Zach LaVine, even though I love Zach LaVine as a player. The reason I want Beal is because, okay, he is 2 years older than Zach LaVine, but Beal's going into his prime very soon. Like, that age is like prime years,
Yeah.
and he's going to be putting up big numbers. Like, he's averaging 30 right now. He's a very clutch player. We can depend on him to hit that shot, and I think Bradley Beal is a better player than Zach LaVine, even though we might have to give up more. I think it'll be worth it in the end.
Honestly, I think we might have to give up less for Beal.
Well, if he wants
But-
out more, then yeah.
I think you're
But I
gonna.
think he's
You're going to have to give up more for Beal.
I think you have to give up more for Levine because he hasn't showed any signs of being upset with the state of Chicago right now, and he said he likes playing there, but Beal is starting to look a lot more frustrated with the Wizards. I mean, look against the Sixers, he had what 59, 60? Yeah, 60, and they didn't give him the ball in the clutch, and we
Yeah, they
just
gave
blew
it
him
to
out at the
Russell
end.
Westbrook.
Exactly, which I don't understand.
So
Speaking of Russell Westbrook, the Wizards look a lot better with him off the court.
Yeah.
yes, they do. You know what? The Wizards just give us to Davis Bertans and just pull up from the logo, and then they'll go
Seriously.
undefeated the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But I'm going to disagree with you guys, and here's why. I don't think Beal has shown signs of being frustrated. If you can find me a report, then let's do it. But I don't.
Bro, they're 2-8 right now. They
Yeah,
are
and he
in a
tweeted
losing-
that the Wizards couldn't
They're
guard
2-8,
a parked car.
bro.
Wait, hold on. Let me look at this.
Yeah, they're 2-8. They have like two
They're
to three
terrible.
wins right now.
I'm going
Well,
to Bradley
it's gonna be
Beal's Twitter right
frustrating.
now. Okay, calm down.
He said
When
that the Wizards he tweeted that the Wizards couldn't guard a parked car.
when
Yeah,
did-
exactly.
I mean, I agree. Nobody.
When did he tweet this?
It was like a
I
couple days
forget.
ago.
But
Probably
yeah,
about
he did
last
tweet that, and I saw it.
Did he delete it?
He might have because
Maybe.
they showed it on ESPN.
Yeah, I did see it.
Hard
Yeah.
parked car. Oh my God. This isn't on Twitter. This is in his press conference.
Oh yeah, he said it. He didn't tweet it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I proved to be wrong, and I think this is what I'll say. Did Harden was Harden clear enough that he wanted out of Houston?
Yes.
Yes, he was
Did,
pretty clear,
did
bro.
the Nets give up a lot for him?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
But then again, you
At
have to
this
think.
point, right? I don't know why, but the Rockets weren't leveraged. If the Rockets weren't leveraged, I don't see the Wizards being leveraged. If anything, I see Beal's value going up because there's a higher demand since people need to counterpunch what Harden brings to the Nets. So
Yeah,
at this point, whichever one is cheaper, I'll take. I actually like Levine more. I feel like he's more of a ball handler. In the clutch, he can score. He's a better dunker. He can shoot well. Better defense. Taller.
Taller by like 2 inches.
Yeah, it doesn't mean taller. I don't like that term.
But I mean, if we play him at shooting guard, that's just like the average height, 6'7" ish.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the game, he's going to be the ball handler. He's younger, too. He's 25.
Yeah, but that's only 2 years.
2 years is a lot. You know what 2 years is? 2 years is what the Nets traded.
Yeah, how much?
2 years is what the Nets traded their entire future for.
No. How much is Zach LaVine averaging right now, and how much is Bradley Beal averaging? A lot of points more. A lot of points.
Zach LaVine right now is averaging 28 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Bradley Beal's
2-point
averaging
difference.
like 32.
That's a 2-point difference. 4
That's
points.
2 points. So 2 points or
Yeah,
2
but
years. I'll
Bradley
take
Beal
2
is
years
better
over
in
2
the
points.
clutch.
I'll
No,
tell you
he's better in
that.
the
I'll
clutch,
take 2
Bradley
years
Beal.
over 2 points.
Bradley Beal is better in the clutch than Zach LaVine.
When has he showed it, though? That's the problem. When has Bradley Beal showed that he's more clutch than Zach LaVine?
He is.
When?
I can't figure out a day off the top of my head.
Sixers
I don't
can't
watch.
win.
No, I don't watch
Exactly.
the Wizards.
Okay,
I don't
nobody
watch-
watches the Wizards, but still. When have you
Wizards
seen
won
Bradley
game.
Beal hit a game-winning shot over
He has.
blank? When?
I can't figure this crap off the top of my head.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, you've seen it against
You
the
don't
Hornets.
know.
Zach
You're
LaVine
making
had
this shit up as
13
you go.
threes.
But Ethan, he scored 60 against a very good team, and that was us.
Yeah, but like Ben Simmons wasn't guarding him the entire time. I mean, we had Tobias Harris guarding him. Let's be
No, it was
Danny
Danny
Green.
Green.
Tobias Harris is so
That's,
slow.
that's not fair for him.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris honestly could probably get
Bradley-
outrun by a snail.
Zach
Alright,
LaVine
Bradley
is
Beal.
taller. He's younger. He can still score. He can handle the ball better. He's a great shooter, and he's a way better dunker. So
What does dunking have anything to do with
Yeah,
this?
what does dunking have to do anything?
he's a
And
dunking
plus,
guard.
Bradley Beal's a better shooter than Zach LaVine.
Yeah, Bradley Beal's a lot as efficient at least.
Bradley Beal can't really get to the rim that well. He's more of like a
Oh, we can get to the rim.
Yeah, he can get to the rim.
Yeah,
not as well as LaVine.
I mean, just in general, I think honestly it would be beneficial to start putting Ben Simmons off the bench.
Ooh,
No, I don't think-
that is prime
No,
material for
I
Ben Simmons to
disagree
get
with that.
traded in 2 months.
No.
I think it would be put him in or he could be like an exclusive guy. Put him in when the other team's best scorer is playing.
Yeah,
That is
I would
literally
agree
the
with that.
formula to getting leveraged, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
you could do that.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I don't want to bench Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons will
think
replace-
I don't.
he's
Yeah,
too good to
neither
be
do I. But I
benched.
think it would benefit the team to bench him.
I would
No,
disagree.
I
mean,
would totally disagree.
Ethan knows how much I love Ben Simmons.
Well, I
Dude.
love Ben
Oh, yeah, you
Simmons a
do.
lot.
Ben
But-
Simmons is like he provides versatility, but I think he shouldn't be like benched out of like his play, but he should be benched for the betterment of the team.
No.
But Levine has reported on multiple occasions he doesn't really like the Bulls. He didn't like Jim Boylan. I don't think he really – the ownership doesn't
Nobody
really
likes
give
Jim
him any
Boylan.
say.
Let's be fair.
What?
Let's be fair. No one likes Jim Boylan.
Okay, but he was the coach of the Bulls, so that might go against the ownership if the ownership is hiring a coach and they're giving Zach
Yeah.
Levine no input.
But they
He's
fired
a
him right away,
player.
basically.
And they're not
Yeah,
really
they have Billy
doesn't seem like they've
Donovan
treated
right
him very
now.
well.
Yeah, no,
He's
Billy
losing.
Donovan is a great coach.
He is, but I mean, what's the Bulls' record right now?
No idea. I think it's like
It's
5
better
or
than the
something.
Wizards.
Bulls are 4-8. Wizards are
Yeah.
3-8. So it's about the same. But in my opinion, whatever one's cheaper, you trade for. But I think Levine will be cheaper.
Yeah,
Yeah, whoever wants cheaper, obviously, yes, but I'd rather have Beal and Levine, that's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to go through the games.
1 second.
And we're just going to go through every player that we've seen since the games. First, there was that 8-player game that I watched a lot of, and I was honestly impressed. I mean, we played well for what... It was 7 players, sorry. Played well for what we had, I think.
Yeah.
But just going to go through the entire roster. Portier hasn't really played that much, has he? No, he hasn't
No,
played.
not really.
Mike Scott is still out. No, he's not. He
Mike
played
Scott
back
played
for
pretty
the
well,
last 2 games.
He played well.
Yeah, he
but
played pretty
let's-
well. He had a couple of threes.
He did.
right.
He played 46 minutes against
Do you want to?
this game. One
One
against
thing that's actually
Mike Scott played 46 minutes. Game 2, he played 5.
we had no one. Let's be fair.
46
no one.
versus 5 still. 46 versus 5. Come on.
Let's move on.
But
Well, actually, no. One thing I do want to say about the Sixers, with Joel Embiid playing horribly, and the fact that we were still able to pretty easily beat the Heat, I think that shows a lot how like the team is built, that we can kind of lay back sometimes.
And plus, we don't have Seth Curry, and Seth Curry was putting up buckets.
Yeah,
thing is-
seriously.
I'll tell you this: if we lost that game, and Joel Embiid scored 10,
Yeah,
would've
Stephen
been
A. Smith
it
would
would've
have
been
went
ugly.
off in that.
it would have been ugly.
Stephen A. Smith would
We
have
would have
told
been
him to
talking about
retire.
how Joel needs to step up and and it's not on the team. But
Yeah,
they-
but the fact that we won
Yeah, we still won, so.
shows that like our depth, at least with a lot of the guys gone, it's that we can actually play when Joel Embiid isn't playing well.
yeah, I mean that's a big thing. I'm just saying that the media would have gone at us like
Yeah, it would have been a lot different if we lost.
Yeah. Well, we blew them out, so.
Matisse Thybulle.
Yeah.
He's been okay.
They don't play him often. I think if he got playing time, he'd be playing a bit better. But
Yeah. I don't love Matisse that much. I think he's kind
I
of
still like
overrated.
his defense.
yeah, his defense is good. But
It's offense. Ew.
I mean, the guy got all defense second team last year.
Did-
I mean,
wait,
we definitely
how about
traded
that
to like. Yeah, he got second team.
second?
Damn. Thibault.
Thybulle. And then we have Tony Bradley, who I owe an apology.
He
to.
didn't really play next.
No, he played some. He played
Played a couple of
the
minutes.
game where there was like no players, and then there was he played in the Hawks game. He's a good rebounder. He's
Oh, yeah, he
that
did.
Cavs game was dreadful, but he's been good ever since.
Yeah.
Shake
I mean-
Milton has
Oh,
Shake,
amazing.
Tyrese Maxey, and Isaiah Joe are stepping up.
yeah.
Yes. Shake Milton right now has been shooting a little bit better from outside. He has scored 31 points against the
Yeah, he had
Heat
31 against the
alone
Heat.
in only 27 minutes.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
And then the game before, Isaiah Joe hit that huge shot. Maxey was playing well the entire game.
Yeah, Maxey, Rookie of the Year, maybe.
Honestly, though. Now, LaMelo's going to win it. But
We have a competition in every award right now. Like every MVP.
I think, honestly, Embiid could
DPOY.
probably win MVP.
Yeah, and Simmons can win DPOY. Like Maxey could win Rookie of the Year. Doc Rivers possibly can win Coach of the
Who would
Year.
win
You
most
never know.
improved? Shake Milton, I guess.
Yeah, Shake, and then 6-man Shake. Yeah, we got it. We
Six-man
got it.
Maxey.
Or
I wonder what the
Maxey, yeah.
most awards for one team has ever happened.
I think it was the Sixers in 2001.
What?
Yeah, we
we
had
had
Iverson
MVP
and,
AI.
They had Coach of the Year,
Mutombo.
MVP AI, and then Aaron McKee.
And then Mutombo as
No,
DPOY.
Mutombo didn't win DPOY.
No, they had 3. They had Coach of the Year, MVP, and then 6-man.
I thought Mutombo won DPOY.
Tobias has been good. Nothing much to say about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really.
Danny Green's been good at points.
Yeah.
Danny
then
Green.
Zero. What are you gonna say, Ethan?
He's so
I'm here.
inconsistent.
He is.
He can
He
hit
is.
like 10 shots in a row, and then he'll just brick 5.
The only thing that's
Yeah.
consistent about him is his defense.
Yeah, that's.
Even that's
One's
inconsistent.
Yep, I agree. Definitely agree with that.
Let's flip to
Dwight's been
contenders
good,
or
I think.
pretenders.
Yeah, Dwight. Ooh, Dwight. Yeah.
Just been solid overall.
Yeah, he had a bunch of putbacks against Miami, at least.
Yeah.
That Joel game, though.
45.
45 against the Heat. the amount of clutch shots he needed to make that were shots that he should probably not be taking because they'll only go in 30% of the time. The amount of those shots he made, impressive.
I mean, the last shot to tie the game, he
Yeah.
dribbled in, took a step back, and nailed it.
No, I think it was a pull-up.
Oh, yeah, no, it was a pull-up. You're right.
Yeah, you're watching a little Kevin Durant there.
He was like acting
A
like a
little bit.
ball handler. It was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyrese Maxey,
good.
he's
playing
proved
great.
me wrong so far, averaging 11. And
He's going to start to get more minutes now with how he's been playing. I think he could be starting.
Could be.
we will talk about starting lineups after too, but and then finally Ben Simmons. He's been disappointing this season. He's only averaging 12 points.
I wouldn't say disappointing, honestly. Disappointment's kind of, I think because we've gotten a lot more players that can score the ball, I think he's starting to take a backseat more of a facilitating and defensive role.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think he needs to score more though. You can't because who's name a defensive player. Who's the best player that is elite defensively but not good offensively? Like Ben Simmons.
Well,
bad.
Ben Simmons, yeah.
Yeah.
Other than him, I'm saying who's a comp.
There's really no others. Like
Hassan Whiteside.
Hassan Whiteside.
Really good.
I guess
player.
his lost
Is
and rebound.
getting no minutes.
Yeah, but
Okay,
Rudy
yeah, but
Gobert,
before- when he was getting
minutes. Rudy Gobert,
Yeah, Gobert.
is one.
Gobert.
All he does is get alley-oops at the rim.
Okay. Rudy Gobert. Fine. Ben Simmons is like a worse version of Rudy Gobert.
Well, Rudy Gobert can't pass the ball.
Yeah, first of all, Ben
Hey,
Simmons.
Rudy Gobert's
a
Rudy
center.
Gobert.
Yeah, but he
I'm
also can't
saying
guard
like
Ben
every
a-
Simmons is better than Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Not as he's playing right now, but
Well, he's still better.
so yeah, I mean I think right now he has to play better, but I'll take the triple doubles any day you get him.
You have
Yeah.
one, I guess Miami, right?
Yeah, you had 10, 12, and
10, 11, and 12, yeah.
Lastly, I do want to not acknowledge the Dakota Mathias shot.
Yeah, that was a clutch.
He's been so like streaky, but they pass it out to him and he hits the shot. Whoever thought Dakota Mathias would be taking a clutch shot? I didn't even know his name.
Yeah, no one.
Yeah, I didn't even know his name until he hit that.
Yeah.
I knew his name probably like a month ago. And then yeah. But
I'm gonna flip to.
now we're gonna do a fun segment we've never done before. So I'm gonna pull up the NBA standings right now. I'm gonna list some teams, and I'm gonna ask you guys, I guess, if you think that what you guys think about the team in general.
Okay.
So the first team right here is the Toronto Raptors. Now the
Yeah,
Raptors this season have gone 3-8. Now, is it an overreaction to say that they're not a playoff team, they're going to be bad, or do we give them another 10 games?
Give them another 10 games because they've always been a playoff team.
Yeah, and Nick Nurse is an excellent coach. I think he can coach them back, but they have not been playing well at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's not an overreaction to say give them 10 games and then blow it up at the deadline if it's not good.
Yeah,
If they don't go better than 6-4, then you blow it up.
Yeah.
I agree.
Trade Kyle Lowry, trade some other player. Siaka, maybe.
They can't even trade Jacob.
Oh, they can.
The deal is enormous. I don't think anybody wants him, for the way he's playing at least.
Yeah.
You saying Lowry?
Lowry,
Yeah, Lowry, they're not going to trade Lowry.
They might trade Lowry. Imagine the Sixers.
Nah, I
with
think
Lowry.
Lowry is.
That's another option. Sixers with Lowry.
No, I don't like that.
Oh boy.
I
So
like
I'm gonna
Lowry,
also
but
talk
I
about the Miami Heat. They're 4-6 right now.
All right.
Do we
Could
think
that-
that they are going to,
No.
I guess, make the playoffs?
Yes, they will make the playoffs.
they have so
but
many
they're not
guys.
gonna-
They've lost their last couple games because they're missing Jimmy Butler. They're missing Adebayo. I mean, that's all why, because they're missing a lot of guys.
Yeah, they'll still make the playoffs, but no NBA Finals from them.
Yeah, not again.
No NBA Finals. Okay.
Yeah,
I think the Heat, if right now, if they keep doing what they're doing, I don't know if they have enough talent. If they keep, they're off of they just got a championship. They're high off of that. I think they could actually miss the playoffs if they don't do well. just because of the fact that they have guys out. They're going to they've had guys out before, and when they get to the playoffs, they just don't have a lot of talent.
No, they don't.
Yeah, but like, let's be fair. Gabe Vincent is stepping up. Hero's stepping up. Adebayo and Butler, we know how good they are already.
Maybe. I just think that they're a little bit overrated, but we'll see. I don't think it is time to blow it up yet, since the core is pretty young.
Yeah.
Let's find another team. So here, the Brooklyn Nets right now. It's interesting. They're 7-6.
All right, hold on.
Obviously gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're gonna make the playoffs.
No, but
Easily,
let me tell you this.
I've got a hot take for them. But you can go first.
2013 Lakers. Do you remember that team?
Yeah, they had Kobe.
Yeah, with
Steve
Nash, Kobe,
Dwight.
Yeah.
They
They did
had
horribly.
Kobe, Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Pau Gasol. They did not make the playoffs, I don't believe. Did they?
They made the playoffs. They lost to the Pretty sure they lost to the Mavericks,
It was the Mavericks or the Spurs.
or it might have been No, it was the Spurs. It was the Spurs.
Yeah.
Anyway, they got crushed in the first round.
Yeah.
This Nets team, Kyrie Irving could be out for a while. So then you're left with Harden and Durant and no depth. Harden has not, made winning teams, and not both of them. Durant is pretty injury prone. So, and there's no depth.
Injury prone is a bit much. He's missed
He's
2 full
injured.
seasons. One with a broken foot. That was a freak injury, and the Achilles.
Exactly. Durant is very
ruptured
injury prone.
Achilles.
Kyrie is
Those
out.
were the only 2 injuries, and a ruptured Achilles. Both of those are freak injuries. They don't
And they've
happen
both
for
been
them.
like back-to-back years.
No,
No, they didn't.
he broke his
The one
foot in
happened
Oklahoma City.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he just broke. He just had like a huge injury, so I don't think.
Yeah, and he's looking the same as he always is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean
Unstoppable.
if you injure something once, you're more prone to get injured again.
Well.
Yeah, but
that could be
the way
true,
they
but-
repair a torn Achilles, it's virtually impossible to tear it again.
Well, that could easily happen again.
I think that he could get re-injured again, but
I don't see it happening. All right, I got a hot take for the Brooklyn Nets. I think they're a second round exit.
I would agree. I
they-
would honestly
Could
agree.
be. Yeah.
They have virtually no depth. We don't know if Harden Grant will work together. There's a very good chance they can't get past the second round. Who are they going to play? The Bucks, the Sixers, and the Celtics, most likely. Those
They're
are
not
going
gonna.
to be the
They
3
play the
teams.
Celtics. They'll lose. They're gonna lose against the
So the
Celtics.
Sixers are probably going to lose. So the Bucks are definitely going to lose the way they're playing right now.
I wouldn't say the Sixers are gonna lose.
Yeah, Sixers, it would be a close series, honestly.
Yeah. But
So
I think
I-
the Boston will be the Nets because they have such great defense. Boston.
Yeah.
I would
And
agree.
and they also have really good offenses. Tatum,
Yeah.
Brown. So yeah.
I feel like Brown's going to be a All-Star this year, definitely.
Yeah. And then they also have Kemba Walker, who's been out. So
Yeah.
he still has to get back in.
Yeah, I think
The
Brown could
Celtics-
definitely be an all-star. He's been playing very well, and that whole Celtics team has been.
Speaking of the Celtics, by the way, I think they could be a trade destination for Andre Drummond. They're
Yeah,
a
they could
center
be,
away from
'cause
being
they
a
need a
contender.
center. Yeah. That would
I would agree.
That could be the next level. Yeah.
I think we can all agree that Tristan Thompson isn't the move.
Yeah.
And before we move on to the West, I want to know, in your opinion, the 4 teams that will move on to the second round in the Eastern Conference. Do we think the Sixers will be one?
Yes, I think they're probably going to be the way they're playing right now. They're the second seed.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Sixers are one of the teams that get in.
The Bucks.
The Bucks, you think, will make it to the second round? I would agree.
Yes, they will.
I think
And-
the Celtics will as well.
And the Nets. Yeah.
The Nets.
And then it's
I
going to
think the
be,
Nets
I
could
guess,
potentially be a first-round exit. I don't know.
I don't see it happening.
No, they won't be.
Irving-
Yeah, you go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, the Nets it could be. I was going to talk about the Bucks, but
Yeah.
you can.
Irving and Durant virtually have never gone out in the first round. And
Yeah.
I don't see, with the talent they have, I think they're going to be able to pull it through in the first round. It might be close, but the second round, I don't see them winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that a team right? Like the only contenders really have here are the Heat and the Raptors are down here. I don't see them coming back fully. The Hawks could potentially. For me, it seems like the
Surprise
only
some
team that
people.
has an outside shot is the Pacers.
Yeah, but I don't see them being
I do.
us.
I do.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't.
don't see.
Yeah, I
They
agree
can't
with
beat
Noah
us.
here.
Malcolm
see them
They can't beat
Brogdon
us.
Malcolm Brogdon and Domantas Sabonis. Domantas Sabonis has been like the best big in the league. He's been better than Embiid.
Oh, that's completely false.
That is false.
No, he has not.
He's
not
been
even the
great, but
MVP.
he's not been close to Embiid. Embiid's averaging, 27 and 12 at this point right now with a block and half a steal.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
plus
you're
we're
right.
getting
I thought Sabonis was averaging more. Okay.
No,
So,
Yeah, it's not even
he
close.
is
if you
much
compare
worse
them.
than Embiid.
so
Not worse, but not better.
Sabonis, though, has been amazing this season. And I think he's took a huge step forward.
Brogdon could win MIP over Brown, maybe.
Yeah, and Brogdon's been very good as well. So I do think that Pacers have an outside shot, but we'll never know. So, well, until it happens. We're going to move to the Western Conference. The Minnesota Timberwolves sit in last place at 3-8. Now, we thought the Timberwolves would be a contender. They have
With
Edwards,
D'Lo and Towns.
We thought everybody in the West could have been a contender the way their talent is.
but the Timberwolves, I thought they were. They had Edwards, Towns, and D'Lo.
No,
Do you guys think that D'Lo could be traded at the deadline?
no, because he's
Yes.
very good friends with Karl Anthony Towns. And
Yeah,
that'll
but
keep
he's
him
been
happy.
insanely inefficient. He's been streaky, and he's missed a bunch of games.
Maybe, but I just don't see it happening.
Neither do I, but I think it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do as well. That's something to look out for, but I thought they would be better. Pelicans are sitting at 4-7. We thought they would be good. They're not.
They're focusing too much on Zion Williamson, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ingram needs a lot more attention.
Yeah. I mean, I would love attention for Brandon Ingram.
So we could talk about a lot of teams right here. The Warriors are 6-6. Nuggets are 6-6. Mavericks 6-5. At this point, I think that this conference is so competitive that a lot of those teams won't be able to get far. I think at this point, the Warriors and the Nuggets are not amazing teams.
Very far because they have a guy named Steph Curry always gone far in playoffs. Always.
I think for Steph Curry, at least, I think if the Warriors win, Steph Curry needs to have a good game. If Steph Curry can't lean on Klay Thompson or Kevin Durant anymore, he needs to be able to carry this team for them to make the playoffs.
He has before, and he can do it again.
I mean, 2015.
He
Did
did.
they have
Yeah.
Klay Thompson?
And then the 2019.
But no, they did have
yes.
Klay Thompson.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have Klay
But
Thompson.
That was the
still,
year
Steph Curry was insane.
He was the best player in the league those 2 years.
I think I saw a stat that goes something like this. The Warriors are 19th right now in three-point percentage.
Kelly Oubre.
Theoretically, if Kelly Oubre this season didn't take a single three, they would be 6th.
Exactly. Kelly Oubre sucks and should stop shooting
Yeah,
the ball.
but still, Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time, so you can't.
Hey,
argue
but
that.
Kelly Oubre's off-court impact, no one can match that.
No.
He's just simply different. I mean, female attendance in the Chase Bank Stadium has increased by over 250%. But like seriously, Steph Curry needs to. If they want to make the playoffs, he's going to need to carry. It's all it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. So we're going to do the same thing for the Western Conference. What do you guys think are the 4 teams that are going to make it out of the West? So I think we can pin in the Lakers and Clippers, right?
Lakers and Clippers, yeah. But by the way, Paul George, out of his mind. He's playing amazing.
Yeah, Paul George has been very good.
I think he's like on a mission to prove that playoff was a fluke and that he deserves the contract.
Yeah, I think you're definitely
Yes.
right about that. He's at the point that people hate him so much that he has to play really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't want any more Paul George slander. That man is a god.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's so underrated.
So Lakers,
And then-
Clippers.
Yeah,
I
Lakers,
think-
Clippers.
Right? I don't think the Jazz. I don't want to pin the
No.
Jazz, and I don't think they're very
They
good.
won't.
Yeah.
I think maybe. Ooh, this is hard.
I think
the
the Suns
West is so good.
I think the Suns are going to be.
I think the Nuggets have definitely. I think they're.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets make it. I think the Suns make it.
Nuggets
Suns
have
are
been
the
really bad. I'm
Warriors.
going to say the Suns and the
They haven't been bad.
Trailblazers.
They were like the Trailblazers.
No, actually, I'm going to take that pick back because I just
They
remembered.
just lost Nurkic.
Yeah, okay.
The
You know what? I'm going to
Blazers-
take
the
that back because yesterday they
Trailblazers,
just
no.
lost Nurkic. I do like
Yeah.
their team in general, but they are hurt a lot, so you're right about that.
The Blazers won't make it.
Yeah.
I think
They're gonna make the playoffs. They're not gonna make second round.
it's going to be between the Mavericks and the Warriors. I think the Warriors have the Nuggets and the Warriors. The Nuggets have Jokic. They have been underperforming, but they have a chance of being better. And the Warriors have been underperforming, but Steph Curry could carry them. I feel like one of those teams will start to turn it up.
And
Yeah.
I think it'll be Curry.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Warriors. I agree. Steve
He's the
Kerr is
best
too
point
good of a
guard in the
coach to miss
league.
the playoffs with a pretty good team.
Yeah, best point guard in the league and the greatest shooter of all time. I think he will turn it up.
And by the way, James Wiseman should probably be getting more minutes. He played really well.
And they also have James Wiseman, who's been good.
Yeah. They just kind of stopped using him.
I'm going to agree because I watched the Nuggets, and Jamal Murray is, so unaggressive.
Yeah, when he was in the
Yeah,
bubble,
he
I'm like,
relies
God,
on
what's
Jokic
going
to
on?
create opportunities for him.
Yeah, when he
Yeah,
was in the
so-
bubble, he was insane at the bubble.
No, not even like in the bubble games. That's the two playoff games.
Yeah,
Two
he
playoff
was
series.
really good.
So,
It still
yeah.
shocks me that.
I do think that Jamal Murray is very overrated at this point, so I think that the Warriors could do it just because, it's really just Jokic running the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Curry's better than Jokic, so yeah,
Honestly, right now, I would take Jokic over Curry.
no.
Jokic's averaging a triple-double on shooting like 38 from 3 and averaging 22-ish points. He's playing amazing.
But then you have Curry, who's averaging close to 30 and shooting
Yeah, but
40%
he's
from
averaging, 7-ish assists. Jokic's averaging more assists, more rebounds. He's technically a better defender.
Yeah, but I would still take Steph because I feel like he gets his team to more wins than Jokic does.
Yeah. And, at this point, Curry kind of just gets that top 10 nod because of just how good he is.
Yeah, he's that good.
Yeah, he just deserves it at this point.
Yeah,
Like
I think
Tom
I would
Brady
take
getting-
Jokic over Curry, but I don't know. I just feel like Curry in the clutch can deliver.
Dude.
Nobody can beat that. Probably
Nobody
only players that can beat that is LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
So now I do want to transition to the Eagles because they just did fire their coach, Doug Peterson.
Yep.
Do we
they did.
think, I'm going to say this very simply, that was a good decision?
No.
I'm going to say no as well.
I think it was an amazing decision.
No.
He lost the locker room. He refused to run the ball with the 6th-ranked rushing offense. He wasn't using the eye. And number one, he didn't want Carson Wentz. Jeffrey Lurie wants Carson Wentz. And they disagreed over that. And I think that played a big part in firing him.
I think that he won a Super Bowl, and we have to remember this, right? I'm going to tell you this. Last season, Doug Peterson almost won Coach of the Year for what he did because they had nobody, they had no wide receivers, and he somehow
I think that was more of
got
a Carson Wentz
to
job.
carry the team
No, it was
on short
Peterson.
games and get to the playoffs. After
And
that,
honestly, if we had Carson
you're
Wentz in the
basically
Seattle game, we
saying
would have won.
we should fire our coach with an elite resume
Okay,
that,
hear me out. You got to hear me
that
out.
had
first.
one bad season.
You have to
it's
hear
just-
me out before you say
It was
it.
Carson Wentz. It wasn't his fault.
No, but that's the
I-
thing. It wasn't Carson Wentz. He isn't getting Carson Wentz out of the pocket with literally the worst offensive line in the league.
Because
A toddler
Carson
could get
Wentz
through that
just
offensive
waits
line.
there and he doesn't even throw. He just
Because he has
stands there
nobody
and-
open.
But he has to run. He shouldn't just be standing there in
But
the
he
pocket
can't
all
run.
the time.
He's at the point where he's scared to get hurt, so he doesn't want to run as much as he used
Well,
to be
he
able
has
to.
to run. He has no choice, or he's not an elite quarterback.
But even with Carson Wentz had 7 tipped interceptions off wide receivers' hands, so he's only thrown. Actually, 9 of his interceptions are his fault.
I think all.
Can I
of
give
them
you a
are
fun
his
fact?
fault.
Hit me.
Who has the most sacks in the NFL? Who's the
Carson.
quarterback most sacked?
Carson Wentz.
It's Carson Wentz. Also,
Okay,
Carson Wentz
they
did
had a
not
different
play in
offensive line
4
every
games.
week. of
No,
the
Carson
season.
Wentz did not play in 4 games last year.
How? Okay, I agree. Some of it was his fault, but
I think all of it was.
they had a different offensive line every single game of the season.
Okay,
You
but
can't
please
blame
don't
that
tell
on him.
me
But-
that Doug Peterson wasn't like, hey, Carson, could you please throw the ball a little bit faster? Get it
but
out of
why
your
can't
hands
Doug
a little
Peterson
bit
get him out
faster.
of the pocket
Of
more?
course he did. He's the coach.
That's
Yeah.
what Carson
That's
Wentz
on
is best
Carson.
at, though.
If he's not
Carson Wentz
getting the ball out
sucks.
faster, that's on him.
Okay.
He's reviewing
He's
the
the
tape.
worst
It's his
quarterback
job.
in the
Okay,
NFL.
all right, guys, hear me out. You guys are saying you can't label Doug Peterson as a bad coach after one bad season. Or are we just
I
going to
can.
discredit Carson Wentz after three good years? That makes no sense.
I'm
2017,
gonna
he's winning
discredit
MVP.
I don't think we should.
2018,
And
he
can I
was
tell you
playing
something?
amazing.
Can I tell you something? Now
And-
you're getting the hang of this because Doug Peterson wants to keep Wentz, and you're saying that we should
No,
get
but
rid of
that's the
Doug
thing.
Peterson.
Doug Peterson
that-
He
wanted
did.
Doug Peterson wanted Jalen Hurts. Jeffrey Lurie wanted Carson Wentz. That's why there was a lot of butting heads in the locker room. A lot of the locker room also wanted Carson Wentz playing instead of Jalen Hurts because they liked him better.
Well,
So
Jalen
that's,
Hurts
I think,
is
a big
better.
reason because
I
Doug
think-
Peterson lost the locker room.
I think
Jalen
that's
Hurts is better than Carson.
I think that's a
Wentz.
good argument, but at the same time,
That's
you-
Noah.
He did
Carson
play
Wentz
better
slander
than
has to
Carson
stop.
Wentz. He played better than Carson Wentz
at the
did.
same time, Doug
Yes.
Peterson is telling Carson Wentz what to do 24/7, and he's not listening. You would think you
You
would get a
wanna
little bit
find odd?
frustrated if your
You wanna
quarterback is so
find odd?
bad.
I find it weird that Doug Peterson changed his play calling a lot more when Jalen Hurts came. He got Jalen Hurts out of the pocket a lot more than when Carson Wentz was playing.
He's
That's a bit
willing.
Because
weird.
first
to
of
me.
all,
Jalen
Jalen
Hurts
Hurts
is
is a better
willing.
runner.
Jalen Hurts doesn't have
Really?
an ego.
Yeah, but Carson Wentz is better out of the pocket than most of the quarterbacks in the league, and he's better out of the pocket than Jalen Hurts, and nobody will change my mind.
First of all, Carson Wentz's passes are just garbage. Like, he throws one pass that's over the person's head. He throws another pass that's like
I think you're
short.
talking about the Dallas game where threw the pass to Trayvon Diggs.
Oh no, I've seen this every game from him, from Carson
but it
Wentz.
doesn't
I've seen this a
happen
lot
every
of
game.
games.
That's the problem.
But he has though. He's
All right, I'm going to use
throwing
this
the
game as
ball
an
very
example.
bad.
New York,
Jalen Hurts is much more accurate than Carson Wentz, even though Carson Wentz is a lot stronger.
All right, I'm going to use this game as an example. The New York Giants game, the second one, not the first one, the second one. Carson Wentz doesn't turn the ball over the entire time. We're running the ball amazing, but do I know what happens in the fourth quarter? We're only down by 7, keep in mind. Doug Peterson stops running the ball. For no apparent reason, Doug Peterson decides, you know what, I'm not going to run the ball. He does the same thing in the Arizona game. He does the same thing in the Cowboys game. He stops running the ball. In the Browns game, he stops running the ball for no reason. We're doing well running the ball. We have the second highest yards per carry for running backs in Miles Sanders. We have a 6th-ranked rushing offense. But for no reason, Doug Peterson doesn't want to run the ball. It makes no sense to me.
Okay.
But
To me,
here's
it's a
the
very
question.
simple answer. Okay. To me, it's very simple. So you look at this,
Boy,
right? So you replace Carson Wentz with Jalen Hurts. Is that justified? Yes, because you have a good replacement.
Yeah, but
replace Doug
people are
Peterson
talking
with
like
one
Jalen
best.
Hurts was amazing.
With
He
who?
wasn't
he
amazing.
was. He was.
He wasn't. That's the thing.
Who do you replace
I
Doug
will admit,
Peterson
the
with?
first two
There are
games.
no better candidates.
Okay, all right. Hear me out. The
Who do you want
first
to
two
replace him
games.
with? Who do you want to replace him with?
I'm replacing with Carson Wentz.
No.
No, who do you want to
first two
replace Doug
games-
Peterson with? Who's the new coach?
Brian Dable, Deuce Staley, Eric Bieniemy, Joe Brady. Any of those guys would be amazing. They all like to
Have they
run the
ever
ball,
had
and they
coaches?
all
That
are
was
good
Carson
NFL
Wentz.
coaches.
That was Carson Wentz.
Have they ever had coached at an NFL level?
I think was Jalen
Yeah,
Hurts. Yes.
Eric Bieniemy's the Kansas City offensive coordinator. Joe Brady
He's
called
not a
all the
head
plays for
coach.
the Panthers.
He's not a head
Yeah,
coach.
I know, but he's basically the head coach for the offense.
Just
I don't
Carson
think
Wentz.
that those are as qualified as Doug Peterson is right now, and I think you got to
Okay,
give
Deuce
Doug-
Staley. Deuce Staley has head coached before. He head coached for the Saints for a year and a half, and they played pretty well. And Deuce Staley is a running back coach. He will run the ball with Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
I
just
personally think
Carson Wentz sucks.
Doug. You have to give Doug one more year, and then after that
Had
you can
to.
see what he does. And if he doesn't,
No,
do it,
you can't.
Yes.
That's the problem. If you lose the locker room, you can't give them one more year because the team
No,
doesn't
you
believe in
lost
the
the
coach
locker
Oh
room.
anymore.
my god, you can't.
He did because the team literally said a lot of
Just
the
show me a
locker room
report, show
doesn't
me a report.
like Doug Peterson anymore.
Where's this
First
report?
of all, Doug Peterson won the
Search it up.
Super Bowl with us. So
Okay,
with
here-
a backup quarterback, with Nick Foles,
I have
who was a
here-
backup quarterback.
Okay, number one, Doug Peterson called virtually none of the plays.
No, that is.
It was all
completely
Frank
false.
Reich. He didn't call the defensive plays either. I think that he was literally carried to the Super Bowl by Frank Reich.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm finding no reports that Doug Peterson lost the locker room, and in fact, most of the
Jeffrey
players
Lurie
made a
himself said that
post
he
on
lost
their
the locker room.
Instagram saying like bye Doug, thank you for being my coach. You were amazing.
Of course,
So
they
if
didn't
anything,
thank him. They
they
won a
liked
Super
him.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna call BS on that, to be honest, and we can have our
And
own.
they got
I
mad
don't-
when they benched.
I'm gonna call
Jalen
BS
Hurts
on the fact that he lost the locker room. That is BS.
Okay. A lot of players were angry when he benched Jalen Hurts for the god Nate Sudfeld, and then he benched Carson Wentz. A lot of the players were mad about it.
Okay, they
Especially the
questioned
veterans, Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelsey were
questioned the
mad.
decision. They weren't mad about it, and requesting a trade because they
Yeah,
didn't
but they
want to
would
keep
rather
Doug
have
Peterson.
had Carson Wentz.
I'm calling BS.
Yeah, I'm calling BS as well.
I think the decision to fire, but let's use the same torch then.
Look,
Why
I'm
is
not calling,
Doug
I'm not
Peterson still
calling
a good coach
BS.
after having one bad year, but Carson Wentz is a terrible quarterback after having one bad year? It doesn't make sense.
You have
to
a
me.
better replacement. You have a better replacement.
But that doesn't make sense.
It does.
If Carson Wentz has 3 good years in a row and then has one off year because his coach and he has literally no wide receivers and no offensive line, but then Doug Peterson is still labeled as a good coach after one bad year when he has no offense, no wide receivers, and no offensive line. I don't understand how. Number one, the offense was horrible, and he was calling the plays. The last 2 years when Doug Peterson has been calling plays, the offense has been absolutely abysmal, and it's been obvious that's because Doug Peterson is annoyingly unaggressive unless it's 4th downs. He doesn't take deep shots.
I mean, I personally think it's very simple. But I'm not calling BS, by the way, on the fact of your opinion that you want Doug Peterson to be fired. That is a valid opinion to have. I'm calling BS on the fact that he lost the locker room because he did not lose the locker room.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so and you mentioned some candidates, Veer. So
So here, I'll just go. My top 4 candidates, I'll just go in order. Number 1, Brian Dable, but unfortunately he's right now the favorite to sign with the Chargers. Number 2 is Eric Bieniemy. He's the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. He's shown interest in being with the Eagles. He knows the system. And then the number 3 is Deuce Staley, and number 4 is Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Panthers.
okay, so Veer has his guys. For me and Noah, we just think better off
I
keep
think
Doug.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's too late now, but
well, yeah, too late now.
Obviously, it's too late.
But thank you guys for watching the Sixer Standard Podcast. It's been Ethan Copeland and Noah Mops with Veer Chopra. See you guys next time.
see you.
Thank you.